Well, as he mentioned, we expect to learn more about the strength of a deadly tornado that started in Illinois and then quickly moved through northwest Indiana.
We had a crazy morning around here yesterday. You probably did too. One of the hardest hit areas we've been talking about, Newton County, about an hour north of Lafayette. Anna has been looking over all of that damage and joins us with how the residents there will really just try to start picking up the pieces this morning.
Well, ladies, there's really just so much. You can see it here behind me. And late last night, we learned the names of that elderly couple who died when their home was hit and destroyed. It's Edward and Arlene Kozlowski, and 10 other people were also injured at the time when that tornado hit. And now there's a community here in Newton County who says they're just leaning on each other now more than ever. In some of the areas in Newton County, they're really just unrecognizable. Homes and businesses destroyed. Trees and power lines everywhere, and many that we spoke with said that the winds were so strong and loud they didn't even hear what was being ripped up around them. And one family, they were fortunate enough that the only damage at their house was a tree that was uprooted, but they still say they feel for all of their neighbors who lost a lot more.
I saw on 41, just like when I was coming from Morocco, just everything was just wiped out. It was crazy. I've never seen anything like it. It's just, yeah, it's like heartbreaking.
I think heartbreaking is probably the last word out of all of it that they could say. And out of the 106 structures that were inspected for damage, 32 of them were destroyed, and there's still nearly 1,000 people without power in Newton County. This morning we are checking on those reports, seeing if any changes have happened overnight. And we do know there was a preliminary rating of this tornado as an EF3 from the National Weather Service. Wind speeds 150 miles per hour. So still a lot of information to get through, a lot of data to go through. We know those surveillance crews are going to be back out there today, so we'll be kind of keeping an eye on that as well, but showing you how other state departments were there in the area.
Okay, thank you, Anna.
And another location recovering this morning is here in Hendricks County. Now, thankfully, no injuries reported here, surprisingly, but you can also see the damage very similar. Roofs ripped apart and trees blown down.
We talked to one family near Lisden who lost a barn. It was filled with mementos from lost loved ones. And both Tri-West middle and high schools were damaged. Our crew saw pieces of metal roofing, even some athletic equipment just strewn out outside across the yard. And in Madison County, we saw several trees downed and even some roof damage from the strong winds. You heard how fast it was going. One homeowner tells us he was at work when the storm hit and didn't know what happened until he learned about the fire trucks showing up at his house.
And we also talked to a mother and daughter who were in that area at the time. They say they had to run to their bathroom for safety right as the wind ripped the roof off of their house and blew it into the field behind them.